first modern history genocide, early 19th century, committed by the Russian Empire. And the Russians themselves have never denied the genocide. I remember the diary by Alexander Pushkin himself, who the Russians call their only named poet, who in his diary, Travel to Erzurum, writes black and white, the Circassians hate us. We have decimated their nations, we have taken their land, burned their villages, and pushed them into the mountains and forests. And this happened like 200 years ago. What is the modern perspective of accepting not accept, but analyzing the history? What is behind this genocide? Was it committed later in other forms?
Thank you, Sergei. Yeah, you are absolutely right. We do hate the Russians.
You are not alone.
And I could tell you that this is not only my generation, my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather's generations. What they have done, actually, is they have committed one of the worst genocides in history. Consider the size of the Circassian nation of about 2 million people. Russians were able to annihilate almost 90% of that entire nation, and they destroyed the land, they occupied Circassia. It became fascination in their history for the historian, their poets, and everyone in their records, the fascination with the Caucasus, the North Caucasus, the Circassian and the Circassian resistance against the invading mighty Russian armies for 101 years. Now, this is an empire that had its capital, its military, its ministries, its commanders, its generals. Circassians, on the other hand, that small little tiny nation in the North Caucasus right next to Chechnya and Gushitia and Dagestan, they had no paved roads, they had no schools, no colleges, no universities, no social structure of any type that can serve the nations, but the whole entire nation united with other nations in the North Caucasus to defy the Russian organization. And we put them at bay for 101 years until eventually we could not hold it anymore because we did not receive the help we were promised from Europe, from the Ottoman Empire, and from all the states who enticed us to fight, keep the Russians at bay, and the help is forthcoming. The help never came, and eventually we lost the battle. We don't consider we lost the war because we're still fighting, but we lost the battle, and the Circassians had to be forced out of their land. Russia, the only solution for the Russians to control the North Caucasus, to gain access to the Black Sea, to become the expanding evil empire that they were during the Tsar's time or the Soviet time or today's Russia, is to gain access to the Black Sea. The coast of Circassia was essential for them to be able to achieve that evil, mighty status of an empire. And now we see results: the invasion of Ukraine, the invasion of different people, the genocide they commit. So